I've been waiting to film this video for a while, and I'm so happy that it is coming now. It is such a busy week here, but I needed to get this out as Aaron Rodgers went on the Pat McAfee show today and said that his intention is to play next season and play for the New York Jets. And not only as a New York Jets fan, but as a football fan, this is a big, big move. The entire free agency market pretty much had to wait for this to happen so quarterbacks could figure it out. The Jets put all their cards in for Rodgers, and if it didn't pay off, they would not have a good quarterback next year, and they might have to stick with Zach Wilson or get Jameis Winston or someone. Now, here's a few things that happened from the show that Rodgers said. Rodgers did not want to make the decision himself. He said it's time to move on to Green Bay. His intention is to play for the Jets. The Jets and the Packers need to agree for compensation. So first, let's talk about the trade. So a report came out today that the Packers wanted 2 first-round picks, and yeah, while that is decent compensation for a player like Aaron Rodgers, they're not going to get it. Especially with Rodgers coming out and now the entire public knowing that his intention is to play for the Jets, because the Packers want more than the Jets are going to give. The Jets will say, he still wants to come to us, you're going to have to give less, or your franchise's trajectory is different. They want to play with Jordan Love. He's ready. Aaron Rodgers knows he's ready. The Packers want to give him a shot. They drafted Jordan Love to replace Aaron Rodgers. Now, what does this mean for the Packers? It means a few things. It means that they're taking a step back. They're not going to be an instant contender. Jordan Love needs to develop. He sat for 3 years. And so he definitely there's some things that he's going to need to do. And then the NFC North is a wide open division now. The Detroit Lions are an up-and-coming team that won 7 out of their last 8 games. The Chicago Bears just traded the number 1 pick for a haul, just got their number 1 receiver in DJ Moore. The Minnesota Vikings have the best player in the division in Justin Jefferson. And then there's the Packers. So there's a lot to be untold with them. But it was time for them to take a different direction. Every year they can't deal with this. Aaron Rodgers is a player that comes with a lot of media attention, and it's time for the Packers to reset. And Aaron Rodgers is obviously a legend there. Now, the other side, the Jets. Now, I'm going to try to talk to you about this both as a fan of the Jets and as a journalist. So, first off, the obvious thing that's come from this, assuming the trade goes through, the Jets are a much, much better football team. They went 7-10 last year with Zach Wilson, Mike White, Joe Flacco, and Chris Streveler all getting playing time. And all of those players are not starters in the league. Mike White's a good backup in the league. The rest of them are not backups in the league. Zach Wilson put statistically one of the worst quarterback seasons ever. He might be one of the biggest busts ever if he never plays a starting snap again for the Jets. And they still went 7-10. That's insane. Look at the skill pieces Aaron Rodgers has around him if this goes through. The offensive rookie of the year in Garrett Wilson, the person who was going to be offensive rookie of the year before he blew his knee in Breece Hall, Elijah Moore, who has star potential. He showed it with Zach Wilson, and now Aaron Rodgers could get him the ball. Alan Lazard, who just signed a 4-year, $44 million deal. He will replace Corey Davis, who's going to be cut. And their offensive line, Mekhi Becton coming back. Elijah Vera Tucker would have won All-Pro, and that's not me saying it as a Jet fan. That's me saying it as a football fan. And the Jets are a really good offensive side of the ball. And what does the whole offense rely around? A quarterback. And now the Jets have a top 5 quarterback in the league. Aaron Rodgers is still a top 5 quarterback in the league, even though he's 40. Everybody knows what he brings. And now Aaron Rodgers might have the best defense he's ever had, too. Jets defense was top 2 in the league in every category last year, pretty much. The only one better than them was San Francisco, and it's a defense with Sauce Gardner, DJ Reed. Their one weakness was safety, and they just got Chuck Clark, who's going to start immediately for them. He's a ball hawk. And so the Jets have a really good football team now. And I'm not saying this as a Jet fan. The Jets, I'm saying this as a as someone that follows football, and I don't feel bad saying this, really. The New York Jets are a Super Bowl contender with Aaron Rodgers. The way their team is built, they are a Super Bowl contender. They are better than Miami. They might be better than Buffalo. I said this when Buffalo lost to the Bengals in the divisional round. You could go back to my video. I said, if the Jets get Aaron Rodgers, which assuming it happens now, there's not that big of a difference between Aaron Rodgers and Josh Allen. There is for building a franchise, but for a one-year football team, there's not. Where else are the Bills better than the Jets right now? Running back? No. Breece Hall is better than any running back the Bills have. Wide receiving core? Yeah, Stephon Diggs is better than Garrett Wilson, but Garrett Wilson is going to be one of the best receivers in the league if he continues his trajectory. And who's the Bills wideout too? Gabe Davis, who's very boomer bust. Now the Jets have Lazard and Elijah Moore. Offensive line, is the Bills' offensive line better than the Jets? The Bills' offensive line was the reason they lost that game to the Bengals. And then look at the defensive side. The Jets have a better pass rush. They have a better linebacking core. The Bills just lost their best linebacker to the Bears. Tremaine Edmonds signed for the Bears for 4 years, $72 million. The Bills and the secondary is Tre'Davious White better than Sauce Gardner? No, you can't really say that right now. A lot of people think Sauce Gardner is the best cornerback in the league. DJ Reed might be the best cornerback too in the league. Where outside of quarterback, if you do think Josh Allen is better than Aaron Rodgers, which on a year-to-year basis, maybe he probably is, but a lot of people would still take Aaron Rodgers. Where are the Bills better than the Jets? The Jets have a real chance to win the AFC East now, and they have a real chance to go far. The other thing is that in terms of quarterbacks, the NFL is so asymmetrical. The top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL, maybe even the top 7, are all in the AFC. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, Trevor Lawrence, maybe Jalen Hurts on the NFC side. But the Jets have a real chance to compete right now, and I'm not only saying that as a Jet fan, I'm saying that as a football fan. They are a team that is talented. They're young. A lot of people made a big deal about Rodgers' wish list, but really it helps every team get better. Lazard will replace Corey Davis. They do get Randall Cobb. The Jets just cut Braxton Berrios. And also, the Jets are buying into a culture. They had Zach Wilson last year, and after that New England game where they lost 10-3 and Zach Wilson didn't take any accountability at all, those players wanted to change. And they just look at how excited they got for Mike White. Imagine how excited they're going to get for Aaron Rodgers. There's no uncertainty around the quarterback position right now. There is for the next 2 years, maybe even the year after that. But for a year, as long as Aaron Rodgers doesn't get hurt, the Jets have a quarterback. They don't only have a quarterback, they have the best quarterback they have ever had. And they know how big of a deal this is. Joe Namath came out and said, my number's retired for the Jets, but Aaron Rodgers, if you come to the Jets, I'll let you wear it. And Jets fans deserve this. The Jets, not even 2 seasons ago, or actually, 3 seasons ago, because forgot about last year. They were watching Sam Darnold hand the ball off to Frank Gore. His wideout one was Rashad Perriman, while they were paying Le'Veon Bell, who wasn't even suiting up. 3 years later, they will be watching Aaron Rodgers hand the ball off to Breece Hall, one of the up-and-coming stars in the league, while he was throwing the ball to Garrett Wilson, who just won Offensive Rookie of the Year, and they have one of the best defenses in the league. And that speaks numbers to Joe Douglas. The Jets deserve this. The Jets deserve this now. Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback the Jets have ever had. He hasn't even played a game for them. He's a 3-time MVP. He's won a Super Bowl ring. That's more than any Jets quarterback can say in their history. The Jets won Super Bowl 3. The Jets haven't made the playoffs since 2011 when I was in 3rd grade. I'm a junior in college now. Jets fans deserve this. And the Jets are a very, very good football team and a very scary football team. It's not only me saying this. A lot of NFL analysts would say this during the regular season. We don't want to. If you're a football team, you don't want to line up against the Jets defense, because if the Jets defense holds you under 20, there's a chance they could win. But now, the Jets with Aaron Rodgers, it's not only there's not as much pressure on the defense. It's not after a 3-and-out. The defense has to go out there and get another stop. The Jets can score points now, and Aaron Rodgers knows how to score points. And this is a better skilled position group than he had last year. The Jets are a much better football team. I'm so excited to see where this goes. Hopefully, the compensation's agreed soon. The Packers aren't going to get much, but it's a new era in New York football. Obviously, the Giants have their own thing going on, but this is such an exciting time to be a Jets fan. And Aaron Rodgers, after 15 years or more than 15 years playing for the Green Bay Packers, he's coming to New York, getting a fresh start with a really good football team, and I'm excited to see where this goes. With that being said, I'll get my March Madness bracket predictions out later tonight, and Jets, Jets.